What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition, and today on the channel, or if you're watching this tomorrow, yesterday on the channel, we looked at the wonderful world of Bison. Or Bisoned. First of all, if you want to support the channel, please subscribe, help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will keep pumping out videos, but I'm talking about Bison today, because how was I ever gonna pass up the Player 2 Street Fighter Jada Toys Deluxe San Diego Comic-Con Purple Monkey Dishwasher Green Suit Bison. So much stuff comes with this figure, and I'm also gonna do a quick review of the Player 2 variant Bison as well. My missus has pillaged all my Player 2 versions of the Street Fighter characters and put on her shelf, hence this. In fact, let's quickly talk about this one here. First of all, I've got a different head sculpt on there. Let's get the blue one on instead. So this is the Bison Player 2. I got it in Australia. It's some sort of exclusive from somewhere, Entertainment Earth or something, I don't know. I got it off Amazon, so that's where it's at for me. And weirdly, this is actually the version of Bison that is on the back of the Player 2 Deluxe box, so it's a little bit strange that we got the green suit guy instead of the blue suit guy in this way, but I reckon maybe they just didn't think green suit would sell on his own without all the extra bells and whistles, but blue suit would. That's my guess. Now, he comes with the same hands as the other Bison. It's just fists and these, like, sort of open hands here. He comes with the two head sculpts. They're the exact same faces that are on the original maroon Bison as well. The only thing he has different is this effect piece here, which they've actually changed it a little bit. I don't know if you can get him out of the way. They've actually changed it slightly. It's got like a white tip to it now, whereas this other one is just completely purple the entire way through. A little bit annoying, actually. I would have liked it to have stayed precarious, no. I would have liked it to have been the exact same so that I could give this Bison two matching flame effects, like thus. But it still looks pretty good like that. But looking at the paint on here, I mean, Street Fighter has some pretty out there color palettes for some of their Player 2 skins, and I'm not a huge fan of this one, but this really does match the sort of brightness of the Player 2 Dalsim, the Player 2 Chun-Li, the Player 2 Fei Long. Like, they all kind of have this very sort of like almost feminine color scheme to each of them. Hence why they've got on my missus' shelf and not mine. But I don't mind the color, and I mean, if you go... let's get him in a quick pose. Let's do a quick pose, because this is such a great line of action figures to do poses on, right? Pretty close. He looks alright like that. Let's get rid of you. Now you might be asking yourself, what the hell am I doing? I am giving us some cape flipping action. So if you're a big fan of Bison's big old cape flourish, here we go. We've got dueling cape flourishes. The reason I point this out is because this one obviously has the red shoulder pads on it, and this one's got the orange, so you're kind of getting some options in terms of your Bison, and that's why this Bison here is actually usually posed with this smug shit-eating grin that you can see right here. Oh. Get him in the right spot, there he is. Even though I have the option of a blue hat, I feel like that red hat actually kind of matches, so I don't mind it. So this is a little bit tricky to get on. I don't know if there's actually like a new design between the shoulder pads for the original Bison and by the time we got to this one here. But this is the OG Bison with red shoulder pads and still with the black cape. Like I say, I think these are just hanging on for dear life kind of thing, but I'm loving the fact that Jada Toys is giving us some of these options. Oh, there he goes. I'm loving the fact that they're giving us these options. The orange shoulder pads probably don't go with anything. So before I get into everything that comes with this figure, I'll just sort of give you an idea of the packaging. It comes with Bison's signature background there, which I love. I don't know if I'm a fan of them having this little picture here. I don't know, I feel like it would be nice to just have this without it. But with that being said, you do get that picture on the inside. This is the back of the box here, so it's got all the characters under there, so I still need to get Vega. I still need to get Zangief. I still need to get Akuma. I still need to get Balrog. I still need to get... I can't remember his name. And I still need to get... fucking Honda. I don't know if I'm going to stop collecting these at that point. I might, because I don't really have an invested interest in Street Fighter before the Jada Toys started doing it. I've actually become more interested in the franchise than ever because of these action figures, but once we get through this lineup, I don't know, I might have to start picking and choosing. Let me know in the comments, do you plan on continuing as they go through? I think they just started doing Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Don't quote me on that. They revealed a new sort of art style of Street Fighter figures at Comic-Con. They look interesting, but I don't know if I need to go further down the rabbit hole than I already have. But with that being said, they are the cheapest, best figures on the market, so maybe I will. Inside the box is where everything obviously goes, and you've got the background there that you can remove and use as a backing on your shelf. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a delivery from a fucking delivery man who banged on this goddamn door so loud. With that being said, it's a great time to subscribe to the channel because my lens just arrived for my new camera. So this will be the last time I use this camera for any kind of review. So this Bison comes with a ton of stuff. He comes with 4 green hat heads. He comes with 2 red hat heads, so you can enhance your OG Bison if that's what you're here for, which I definitely am, and that was a big reason why I wanted to get this. He comes with the same set of hands, but he also comes with a thumbs up hand for left and right, I believe, because I'm feeling like a goddamn Street Fighter nerd these days, and I'd be looking shit up, and actually, now that I think about it, it was on the back of the box. Something along those lines, I believe, is his victory pose. So you can now do the Bison victory pose on any of the figures, because the hands are swappable. He obviously comes with the cape, with the orange shoulder pads, and the separate orange shoulder pads on the other side. Now this Bison comes with a flame effect as well, but it's blue. I don't know if that's just a video game color palette swap thing or what's going on with that, but I feel like I should be able to do more with a blue one. I thought Shoryukens were blue, but apparently not. And this is the second time we've seen this. I have reviewed the Dalsim Deluxe Player 2 as well. Dalsim comes with a red version of this same effect piece here. But this is such a great addition. It literally unplugs right there. There's a hole in the back where you can just plug it on. It's quite heavy because it is just a big lump of sort of plastic. It does balance perfectly, even though, you know, it looks horizontal sort of thing. What I figured out, I don't know if this is supposed to be the case, but if you look, what's the best way to show it? Look directly into his butthole and you'll see that there's a bit of a hole there where these pieces of like flame, which are really hard molded, you can actually balance him on there as well. So if you just want a different angle instead of him being completely horizontal, you can do it that way, and I think you can do it upside down like that too, yeah. There you go. So there are options. I don't know if there's supposed to be options, but I found options. Now this stand is extra thick, so it doesn't go with the regular effect pieces. It might, but it's very thick, so be warned. Now here's where things get really interesting. We get this stand here, which I saw some people, I think, using this as like just for this kind of thing, you know, like just, hey, I'm gonna pose him in a kick or whatever and just using it for stability. But what it's actually in there designed for is the fire piece and the effect piece that come with this particular figure. So it comes with 2 separate pieces. We've got this piece right here, and we've got this piece right here, and then obviously the stand. All of that together will create the Psycho Crusher effect. Now, if you do get this, I do recommend reading the instruction manual that comes with it, because it is a little bit of a tricky process to do. So here is my understanding how we do it. I'm not exactly sure what his arms do. I think it's something along the lines of that, I believe. You bend the torso back like that, so it gets him in like a bit of a thing. Not that you can really see much of the head once he's in there, but point the toes out, bish bash bosh, that's the thing. Which, by the way, because of the shaping of this, it kind of always fits in pretty perfectly. So you can just put him like that. Obviously make sure the shoulder pads are pushed back as well, because they are movable. So this effect piece actually has a hole. You can see it right here, and then there's like a little peg that goes into that hole. It is a little bit clunky, and I don't think it's really that needed, but what you're supposed to do, I think this is how you're supposed to do it. You get this on, there is a thing that says you're supposed to put it in the stand first, but I've tried it and I wasn't really that happy with how it turned out. Alright, so we've got this around him. We'll try and clip that in. Pretty close. Now, let's whack this on there as well. And he is a little bit precarious on there, but he is also, he's pretty stable as well. He's not going anywhere. So I believe the pose is supposed to look something like this, maybe where he's already done the Psycho Crusher through somebody else. I don't know if this is a better representation of it there, but this is the kind of thing that you can just have on your shelf from Jada Toys. But as you can see, it does cover most of Bison inside there. You can just sort of see what attire it is, and that's about it. There is a better way to do it. Read the instructions. I don't know if I'm going to use much of this effect piece. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, the thing that I'm struggling with the Jada Toys Street Fighter range at the moment is space. And I know that's the eternal struggle for all collectors, but I really am having a hard time getting space and wanting to get all these things in the poses that they, you know, can potentially be in. Why have we brought out the old Bison? Tarantino test.
Tarantino test.
Alright, so there have been a bit of discussion around the feet of this Bison. Now, first of all, I just want to put everybody's mind at ease. He passes the Tarantino test with flying colors, as basically all of the Jada Toys do. The only one I've ever had issues with was the ankles on one of my Chun-Li's. On the Player 2 version, they're completely fine, so I think it's just that particular one was, unfortunately, a little bit wobbly. But what people have been talking about is these plates here on the front of his boots. They're not quite as snug as the previous M. Bison. I don't think it makes a difference. To me, it doesn't really mean anything. It's, you know, armor. It can look imperfect. It doesn't impede on any of the articulation or anything like that. Or maybe does a tiny bit. No, not really. It's actually quite sort of like pliable and bendable. So maybe Jada realized that it would impact the articulation and they took steps. But Bison, Quentin Tarantino says, yeah, good job. Great feat.
Tarantino test.
So in closing, Jada Toys just keep knocking it out the park. I didn't think I was going to really like this color scheme, the green and the orange, but it kind of pops. I don't know where I'm going to put it on my shelf, but I don't hate this figure as much as I thought I would. I mainly got it for the effect piece and the flaming guy and the, you know, extra blue effect and the heads for the red Bison and all that. But the green one has really grown on me, and that face scan I've got there with the big, giant, stupid, fucking shiny, big grin, it's great. It's definitely my favorite Player 2 edition that they've given us in the Street Fighter range, maybe right behind Fei Long's nunchucks. So this figure probably won't go on my shelf, but that's just because I've already got a great Bison, but a part of this figure will go on the shelf. This part, specifically, this head, that is a shelf head. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and if you want to help me out and you want to win yourself Psylocke and Thanos in a 2-pack, subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and if you leave a comment using the hashtag #GiveMePsylocke, I will put you in the draw to give you Psylocke, and you know what? You can have Thanos as well. But when I hit 1,000 subscribers, that's when the prize goes off, so if you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Someone's out there missing out on a Psylocke. And a Thanos. But I do appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching this, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.